Hello guys and welcome to a new episode of The Football Show. As today we're going to talk about Thursday's Europa League games, some teams, and also yesterday's Bundesliga game from Bayern Munich, and also we're going to preview today's Premier League games and maybe the Madrid derby if I have enough time. But let's start with the Europa League first. Teams like Nottingham Forest, Real Betis, Aston Villa played. Real Betis drew 2-2 with Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest were looking very, very good against Real Betis. They were at some point winning the game, and they were looking very, very good. They were losing 1-0, but then Jesus scoring 2 goals, and it was a great comeback from Nottingham Forest in this short space of time. But then, Nottingham Forest had kept creating chances, and if they were more clinical enough, they could have got the third goal. And it left for the chance for Real Betis to equalise, and they did from Anthony to make it 2-2. So and still Ange Postecoglou is winless from his all the games he's managed at Nottingham Forest so far. Celtic drew 1-1 with the Red Star Belgrade. Roma beat Nice 2-1. Lille beat Brand 2-1. Porto beat Salzburg 1-0. Rangers lose 1-0 against Genk. More pressure on Russell Martin. Lyon beat Utrecht 1-0. Aston Villa get their first win of the season by beating Bologna 1-0, thanks to a goal from John McGinn. Very important, although you could say they missed a penalty to make it 2-0. But in the end, it's still an important win for Aston Villa considering the struggles they've had this season. The Bundesliga, Bayern Munich destroy Werder Bremen 4-0. Goals from 2 goals from Harry Kane, goal from Jonathan Tah, and a goal from Conor Lema. Bayern Munich looking very, very good, and keep the 100% record in the Bundesliga. And Harry Kane, that's 18 goals contributions in 8 appearances this season, and he's the fastest player in this century to score 100 goals in the first 104 games. The players like Ronaldo at Real Madrid, they did that. They scored 100 goals in 105 games. Haaland 100 goals in 105 games. Harry Kane has done 100 goals in 104 games. Or you could say, oh, but Harry Kane played in a slower league in terms of competitiveness compared to, for example, Premier League and La Liga. But scoring 100 goals in 104 appearances is still fantastic, still amazing. The guy, you can clearly see he's evolved, and we all know he's evolved. He's adapted his game for the last couple of years. Where I would say before 2021, before Mourinho, he became like a goal scorer. He just wanted to score goals. But since Mourinho came in at Tottenham, when he came back from that injury he had, and at the start of 2021 season, he become a more deep player, a deep linking player. Start to link up and start to come deep, and he can link up play, he can score, he can assist. He's become more of a team player. I'm not saying before 2021 he was a bit selfish, but he was more focused on the goal scoring side. But the way he plays, he's become a more team player side, and he's an incredible player. Yes, he's not won many trophies as he should have for the caliber of his player, and I'm glad he finally won a proper trophy last year, which was the Bundesliga, and hopefully he's going to win the World Cup with England coming up. But at the same time, the goals he scored, the way he's contributed to his teams like England, Tottenham, Bayern Munich, is incredible in terms of goals, in terms of creating, in terms of assists. It's fantastic, and for sure, I think he's 32, 33. How old is Harry Kane? Because I think he's 32 or 33 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's 32 years old. So he's still got 2 more years of him. And yeah, he's an incredible player. He's an incredible player for sure, and I would like to see him win the Champions League with Bayern Munich as well, because Bayern Munich, this is the holy grail every season, is to try to win the Champions League. So yeah. Now let's move on to today's Premier League games. Let's start with the first game, Brentford against Manchester United. Brentford have had a okay start to the season. Not special, but okay. Draw to Chelsea. They've lost a couple of games though, especially under the new manager. So they've had an okay season. They've had an okay start to the season, in my opinion. Kate Andrews is not had a terrible start, but he's had an okay start, but he's not had a fabulous start. They went through to they're still in the Carabao Cup. However, they're gonna have difficult games coming up. They're gonna play United. They're gonna play City. Then they're gonna play Liverpool, and they've got Newcastle. They've got four. This is their four of their next 6 games from today until 9th of November. So yeah, Man United had a very important win, a good win against Chelsea. Does that mean they're out of the woods now? We don't know. Let's see. However, they did get a bit of help for 45 minutes. Chelsea were down to 10 men. So let's see if they can, they can keep that momentum and keep winning or not. So my score prediction, I'm going for I'll go for a 1-0 win for Manchester United. Leeds United against Bournemouth. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Chelsea against Brighton. Chelsea have not had a amazing start to the season in the Premier League. They've had an okay start, not sublime. Not a great performance against Lincoln during the week. Brighton, they're not an easy side to play against. They always step up against the big teams. So I imagine it won't be an easy game for Chelsea. So my score prediction, I'm actually going for a draw. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Manchester City against Burnley. Should be a slam dunk, easy win for Manchester City. No disrespect to Burnley, but it should be a win for City. I'm going for a 4. No, Burnley, they're strong defensive. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Manchester City. Crystal Palace against Liverpool. That's a tricky game for Liverpool. I mean, they're going to miss Ekitike. However, they're going to have Alexander Isak, which is why they signed him. But the problem is he 100% match fitness? That's the question. So he might start, Gakpo instead. Let's see. We don't know. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to play Wirtz. He's going to play Salah. So yeah, let's see how maybe Chiesa, although he played 90 minutes against Southampton, so I don't think maybe Arne Slot is going to start it. But let's see who Arne Slot lines up who in the attack, especially with Ekitike's suspension. But this will be a tricky game. Liverpool had a very good start to the season in terms of results. And Crystal Palace, they are, I think, 17 unbeaten streak, which is amazing for a club like Crystal Palace to be like 17 games unbeaten especially from last season, this season, carried into this season. So, and Crystal Palace are stronger, usually stronger at home, especially under Glasner. So it won't be easy game at all for Liverpool. Won't be easy game, that's for sure. Especially that showed in the Community Shield where Liverpool winning 2-0, but Crystal Palace came back. They showed good spirit, came back 2-2, and they won on penalties. So let's see. I think obviously with the Mark Gui, obviously he's playing for Crystal Palace, and he had a great chance to go to Liverpool on deadline day, but that didn't happen because of Crystal Palace not getting a replacement. So how is he going to play? How is he, especially against Liverpool, does he want to prove a point why he wants to join to Liverpool by performing well? Or he's going to be like, I'm not going to turn up because it's the same team I'm going to go to in a couple of, months. But let's see. Let's see how professional Mark Gui is going to be. But I think he's going to be very, very professional. I don't think he's going to be like, he's going to down tools and throw toys at the prime. I don't think so at all. But this will be an easy game for Liverpool. Liverpool will have possession. They will create chances, but it's about can they defend well? Because defensively they've not been so good this season. So yeah, my score prediction, I'm going for a 2-0 win for Liverpool. I think Liverpool win, and and I think Wirtz might I think he will do well this game. I think he will get a goal or assist in my opinion. I think Wirtz I think we might see something good in them finally, in my opinion. So yeah, Nottingham Forest against Sunderland. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Finally, Tottenham against Wolves. Wolves have not had a good season at all so far. Tottenham have had a decent start to the season. They play Wolves at home. It's a game they should win. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, let's move on to La Liga. As Atletico Madrid, Club Atletico del Madrid against Real Madrid. They play in they play today, the Madrid derby, and obviously Madrid derbies are always intense. They're always, not easy, always tough, especially in Metropolitano, with the atmosphere that Atletico Madrid fans will create, and the passion of Simeone we will see, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and they had a decent comeback against during the midweek when Alvarez was amazing, scoring a hat-trick. Real Madrid have had a very, very good start to this season, 100% record, winning all the games they've played. But this is a new test. This is a different test they're gonna face this season. A test that they've never had this season, which is the Madrid derby away from home. Can they cope with it, Real Madrid? Let's see. And I have the players to do it, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. How Atletico will set up though is Simeone going to go defensive? Is he going to go attacking? I think in the first 35 minutes, Atletico will go for it. That's for sure. And if they end up in a situation when they are they're winning, I think Simeone and Atletico will start to defend and let Real Madrid have the possession, and they'll be like, okay, break us down then. But if they're not in a situation where they're not winning, I think Simeone will not go for it. I think if Atletico Madrid during the game they're not winning, Simeone will absolutely go for it. But if they're winning, I think that's where Atleti might sit back. So yeah, so this is a game that Real Madrid have to be up for, because usually away to Metropolitano, Real Madrid have not been always strong recently. Draw last season, or lost in the Champions League, even though they won on penalties, but that was on aggregate that they went through. That was on penalties, but like in the game they lost 1-0 in the last 16 Champions League, and the season before that they drew 1-1 as well. So they've not had a sublime record at the Metropolitano last 3 visits, but that counts for nothing. What happens in the past, that counts for nothing. So it's a new manager as well. So for Real Madrid, Xabi Alonso has done a very, very good job so far. You've got players like Hutchison who's done quite well. You've got players like Arda Güler who lacked game time last season, but this season has been absolutely shining. Has been fantastic for Real Madrid this season. The youngsters like Garas, I think. What's his name? His name is Caras. Let me check. Let me be sure. What's his name? Yeah, Caras. Carreras, the youngster, fantastic, but he's been very, very good for Real Madrid. Fantastic. Mastantuono, of course, he's been very, very good for Real Madrid as well. Scored during the midweek. So, yeah, but obviously with the atmosphere of Atletico and the fans and Simeone and the players, will make it as much as difficult as they can. And they've got players, the firepower as well. That they've got players who can score, likes of Julian Alvarez, Griezmann as well, even though he's not a goal scorer, is he? He can also play, can link up, not only can score. So yeah, but it's going to be a very, very fascinating game. I'm looking forward to it. My score prediction, I'm going for, I know I'm going to be boring, but I'm going for a 1-1 draw. That's my prediction. That's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you tomorrow, hopefully, and have a nice day. Bye.